Million Ian. That's one of my favorites right there. That's a classic. Yeah, so just getting back to everything, man. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Everybody has been, trying to keep themselves safe during this time. Uh, so it's just one of those things too. And if y'all let me know if y'all get those get cut out at any point. Y'all let me know. Now just reading. Yeah, Craig, man, got them pics, man. Hey, bro, I see the fish, man. I see what you're doing with it, bro. Man, I'm sitting there waiting on my package. Fatima, how you doing, my sister? Appreciate all the support. You know, that's beautiful that Fatima, came in at this time, while I was just sitting here just kind of freestyling, trying to check these ones and twos, man. I like to really, send a shout out to this sister. She really has been advertising, 44 million ENT to the fullest. You know what I mean? So I'm always blessed, when I have people that can actually see a vision, just of a young brother like myself, and of course, my executive producer for believing in me and this entire process. Uh, once I get into this, I want y'all to just kind of help me out now because, I was blessed, just due to my own. I guess you could say my own craft or my own desire, to do better. And, through some great situations this summer, I'm glad to report that, on this summer that I hope I'm correct. I know my boys will correct me, but I think we went 21 and 7, if I'm not mistaken, this summer with our summer baseball program. So that was always, that's always good news, when you're winning and everything. And I like to, take the time to give a shout out to all my parents, all of my players, who have really been supportive of the situation this summer. Another thing, to my 44 million ENT family, I really want to just extend my gratitude and thanks to you all for, being there beside me and keeping me informed while I was out playing and coaching baseball. You know what I mean? Doing this, what I'm saying, this summer. I'm also happy to report that, we actually made it to the. We was in a national tournament. My team was, and we actually went 4-0 in the tournament, but due to a run differential rule that they had in place, we were not able to play in the championship game. But we did end the season on a winning note. So I can't wait for these 2 weeks to pass so we can get right back at it while we're on vacation. Another thing, to all of those people out there that have lost loved ones to the coronavirus or COVID-19, or if you know someone who has lost a loved one, I do extend my prayers and condolences to all of those families, okay? Because we're going to get into a little something tonight, okay? As we can see, the topic tonight, we have sound right, logic, and reason. That's what we're going to deal with tonight. Sound right, logic, and reason. Okay? Some can sound right and has no logic nor reason behind it. We're dealing with a situation right now here in this country where they have decided to reopen schools, they have decided to, I guess you could say, throw our young people in harm's way, so to speak. Now, with that being said, people do have a choice of virtual learning, and they have the option in some cases to actually go to school and learn. But I just really want to stop for a minute before I get too deep into that. I want us to stop and think for a minute. Okay, now I've been blessed to be around young people all summer, right? And we know even when we were younger, we young people, we all through all the generations are considered as germaphobes, right? So at a young age, we really don't do the hygiene things that we supposed to, washing our hands and all this type of stuff. We don't do that at a younger age, right? So, I mean, when we think about it, now, you look at the cases in America in this pandemic, and you see these people that they are counting as deaths, right? You have to stop and wonder for a moment, you know, if you could just go and study each one of those cases yourself. They continuously want to scare us with death. Well, I had to tell everyone again that we all gonna go that way, right? So are we gonna sit here during the pandemic and not live our lives due to the fact that they say it's some type of, you know, pandemic that's destroying the earth? Well, let's look at the other pandemics that destroy the earth. When they talk about sending our children back to school, the education system itself is one of the biggest destroyers of the United States. Why? First of all, they don't teach real history. Now we want to act like, you know, this pandemic, you know, is the worst thing that ever hit America. How about slavery? Right? But see, we don't think about things of this nature because this is the right now and this is the moment right now. Now, I know I have friends on all sides. You know what I mean? So I have friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you're a human being and you're an upright person, then we can be friends. I could care less about your religious belief, your ethnicity, I could care less about all of that because first of all, I had to realize before any of those rituals or anything that was taught to you, I have to realize that you, first of all, are a living, breathing, two-legged human being. That's the first thing I have to understand. Now, as we sit back now and we say we're going to put our children back in harm's way in the middle of a pandemic, right? But the parents of some of those same children have lost their jobs, right? So now you're sending the child to school hungry and without. You're talking about another stimulus package, adding on $600. Yeah, Trump pimping us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real talk. Trump pimping us. Because if we get another $600, you might even think about, hey, I might need to think about voting for Trump. So we have to think that, you know, at some point, you know, something that sounds right, we have to put some logic and reasoning behind it. Now, they say the reason for our young people to go back to school is because they don't want to, I guess, dumb them down by them being at home. Well, let's check the facts. You've already dumbed down the whole society with the cell phone. Man, let one of us lose our cell phone right now. I promise you, we're going to turn around and we can be at the mall. Leave your phone at the house. You're going to turn around, go back to the house, and get your phone just in case. Because probably 90% of us don't know everyone's phone number in our phones by heart. Now, I don't want to tell my age, but growing up in the 80s and the 90s, okay, growing up, you know, in those times when you just had the big block pager on your hip, right? See, then at that time, right before that period, since y'all talking about sending our children back to school, you've been sending them in harm's way. I'm just trying to bring you up to speed. Now, before that time, when we had the block pager, let me take you back a little further, right? To when my parents and grandparents were in school and they had prayer in school. How many times did you hear about Columbine or mass shootings at school when they had prayer in school? Now, you took prayer out of school. Now you got mass shootings at the schoolhouse. You didn't really do nothing about that in your legislation. Now you're going to send our children back to school and you haven't even cleared up the COVID shit. Come on, people. We're going to continue to sit up here and just listen to something that sound right, has no logic and no reasoning behind it, and we roll with it every single time. Do we really just want to just continue the same cycle of nonsense that's been going on in this country? Let's just come on with the truth. Do we not know the powers that be are still at work? This thing is really about population control. This has nothing to do with our damn children going back to school. Guess what, y'all? Of course the numbers in COVID gonna go up. Of course, now they got better research and they gonna say it's more people active now because you got young people going to school. Think about it. Now, if the kids been isolated and they been at the crib all summer, where the hell they get COVID from? How the hell they testing positive? If they been locked up in the house all summer. Now they go back to school, all of a sudden they positive. Come on now. Some is really fishy and shaky in this situation, but nobody can quite put their thumb on it. I'm telling y'all, it's deeper than the surface. If you go check out Skull and Bone and really listen and go dig into it, I gave you just enough to do a research on it. Because I don't want you saying, Ali said. No, I don't want you to say Ali said shit. I want you to go and look for yourself. Now, we getting to a point now to where everything that we think is real is really not real. Why? Let's look at the poison. People gonna allow this Negro that lost his mind. Well, let me just take you there right quick. Let's look at television. The word itself explains its whole demonic, I guess, fiber. Tell a vision. Think about it. It's telling you a vision from its perspective. Has nothing to do with your perspective. They're telling you a vision from their perspective. Now, I know people might say, well, why did you bring up slavery? Let me tie slavery into this now. Now, when you think about who controls those industries, it's of the Jewish descent. Why can the Jews control that type of media outsource and that type of entertainment, the NFL, the NBA? How can the Jews control all of this? Think about reparations in the Holocaust. When you getting a check every month, yeah, you can save some money and put some stuff on the stocks and hopefully something hit. Yeah, when you got the liberty to do that, now we're dealing with a situation, God bless her heart, with my Jamaican Indian sister, Sister Kamala Harris, God bless her heart. Now, here we go again, black folk. Here we go again. Here we go again. I told y'all we're going to talk about a little something today. Here we go again. Right? We got Kamala Harris in there now. All right. Here we go. Yeah, Fatima, you show right. Brainwashing. Now, look at the brainwash. I'm glad you said it. You said that right on time. Now, look at the brainwash. Here we come again with Kamala Harris. Okay, black folks, I see all the entertainers, everybody on Instagram, Kamala Harris, yeah, everybody, all Negroes, but we acting like she the best thing since sliced bread. You better know it. We around here clowning with this shit. Okay? Man, calm down, people. Calm down. Put some shit on the table for Kamala Harris to represent our ass. Then we can chill once that legislation is passed. We need to be putting pressure instead of cheering. This ain't no, everybody come cheering. Yay, yay. Okay, yay, yay. The party over now. It's time to get to work. Is she qualified? Yes. All the qualifications meet. Don't worry about the birthright, all of the stuff that they try to distract you with. That's on both sides of the aisle. Me personally, see, I know people going to say something, but that's all right too. Me personally, I say we could do away with the whole presidential election and the whole presidency period. Why do I say that? Because when you come down to it, the Senate and the House, they are the one that create the legislation to be passed. Not the president, y'all. He's just the spokesman for America. Now, do all of us agree with every president that come along? Hell no. Some of us gonna agree with Trump. Some of us gonna disagree with Trump. Some of us gonna agree with Barack. Some of us not gonna agree with Barack. That's just how the tables go. But when we stop looking at humanity and start looking at human being for human being, life for life, when we stop looking at those elements, man, we done already missed the logic and the reasoning for even being alive. You done missed it. You done missed the whole ship. We have to get back to the sound right logic and reasoning of life. Everybody want to dismiss the Bible, good, throw it away. Now what you got? You still got the sun coming up and going down every day. What you want to believe in? This is our problem in America. We always don't want to believe in something, but we fall for anything. Man, listen. People want to talk about Jim Crow. Jim Crow been dead for hundreds of years. Why are we as black folks still under Jim Crow to each other? This the bullshit with me with Black Lives Matter. I don't care about George Soros and him sending his money down to send us some money for some posters and shit. I could care less. George Soros has enough money to pay reparations for black folks, but he'll rather get behind a movement and give you a little money for Black Lives Matter. Y'all better understand who these people are. The Clinton Foundation, all of this stuff, man. Y'all better look into this stuff. Do y'all know what the Democratic Party means to me? I'm independent. Y'all had to understand this. I'm independent. And I ain't talking about with the independent party. I'm just an independent, living, breathing, two-legged human being that's here by the grace of God. So I'm not gang affiliated with none of them political parties. I agree with some Republican stuff. I agree with some Democratic stuff. But, I got to call a spade a spade. Now, check this out. Democratic Party. What has the Democratic Party done for black folks? Just take time. If you have to write it down and email it to me, just give me a list. Now, we just buried Senator John Lewis, right? He got his head bust back in '63 on the bridge. He got his head bust on the bridge in '63. Now tell me, why was John Lewis still sitting on the Senate floor, still fighting for the same damn civil rights? What have we moved in this country? This brother got his head bust to the white meat for civil rights in '63. Tell me why in 2019 he's sitting on the House floor trying to still fight for those same liberties. Come on, people. What have we moved? We have not moved not one iota as a people. I know we want to talk about black folks. I'm talking about as a people, as a society. I know black folks, I know we behind the 8 ball. Hell, we are the 8 ball. You ever played pool? What's the last ball that they knock off the table? The 8 ball. And guess who knocks the 8 ball off? The white ball. Knocks him off all of the land. We just been bamboozled in a game of pool. But then we have our brother, I'm trying to think of the brother name that went to Louisville with 3,500 guns. Grandmaster Jay. Grandmaster Jay goes to Louisville with black folks armed to go take care of a situation in which we wasn't getting any justice for. Right? Don't you know we got black folks out here that's criticizing this brother? But they sitting at the crib. Ain't going to help no young people. Ain't going to do nothing. Just want to criticize. Don't y'all know we'll never move as a people. This as a nation, this white, black, Jew, Gentile, don't matter. As a nation, we won't move until we recognize its evil past and face it. If you can pay reparations for the Holocaust, you can pay reparations for slavery. But being that Kamala Harris is not a descendant of a slave, she's of Jamaican and Indian descent, will she really fight for African descendants of slaves? Will she really fight for that? That's not of her. So while we around here cheering for Sister Harris, and which I wish her well, I wish her well, I wish Joe Biden well, I wish all of them well, hell, I wish Trump well, I wish them all well, okay? I want whoever is gonna do what's right for the people. Trump is the perfect fall guy for them because he fly off at the mouth saying ignorant shit all the time. So he's the perfect fall guy. Yeah, there is a secret society that's behind all of this, y'all. Y'all better understand this. What you see on the surface is not what you get. You know how people say what you see is what you get? Nah, that ain't how this go, y'all. That ain't how this go. What you see is not what you get, not when it comes down to, let's just take this. Okay. Let me just take this for a second. Let's look at Lady Justice, right? Lady Justice has a blindfold on. Why, as a black person, do I feel like when I go to court, I'm already about to lose? Anybody as a minority, even if you go in as a poor white man, you feel like your chances, man, Lady Justice about to kick my ass. Man, look, you ain't got a chance. You ain't got no money to fight the system. Why is there money involved in justice? Every time you turn around, now I see my brother Benjamin Crump. God bless his heart. He trying to do good. I feel him on all of that. But we never get no justice. Benjamin Crump get you some checks. Me and my brother was talking about this the other day. Benjamin Crump will get you a check. Straight up. I don't know about no justice. But Benjamin Crump will get you a check. So if y'all looking for a check, you know, for your loved one and they falling, you know, due to the hands of the police or any type of social injustice, and you need a check, call Benjamin Crump. He'll get that check for you. But justice, we still right now are fighting for justice for Sister Breonna Taylor, who was murdered in her sleep. Come on, people. Y'all better talk to me. Y'all better talk to me. And you mean to tell me that Ahmaud Arbery killers got to lay in their beds? Now look at the, you know, analogy in that. They were able to go and lay in their bed after committing a murder while somebody was laying in their bed and the police committed murder. That's murder. Man, listen. I send my prayers out and condolences out to the Taylor family as we do continue the search for justice. Now it's sad when we got to search for justice, and justice is supposed to be uptown in the courthouse. So we shouldn't have to go far to search for justice. Should be uptown, your local courthouse. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to go too far to find some justice. Okay? So we have to understand this, people, as we do decide to send or not to send our children to school. If we do have the opportunity to homeschool them in any type of manner, you know, make sure that we also instill into them some heritage, whether it be, you know, that your white heritage, your black heritage, or your Indian or Jamaican heritage. You know, I won't leave nobody out. Asian, whatever the case may be. Put some of your own heritage inside of your child. Now, whether it be on the good side of the heritage or the bad side of the heritage, you have to discern between the two and tell them both sides. That's the only way that we can grow as a nation. Black folks, don't sit up here and act like we just all good Negroes. There's been some bad Negroes to come through here too. Now let's just understand this shit. It's on both sides. There's been some good white folks and some bad white folks, but we can't say all of them devils. Some of y'all got jobs and you working on the white man job every day, but you want to call him a devil. That ain't your job. You don't sign your check. So don't sit up here and act like you all this black power and shit, and then when you get around, you can't be who you are. I bet you all my parents can tell you. They'll tell you now. Yeah, coach he pro-black. He not anti-white, but he is anti-any. You know, it's Sunday, so I keep it G-rated as possible. Anybody that's not right. They'll tell you that. And they'll tell you that bull chips ain't nothing but chewed up grass. Bullshit ain't nothing but chewed up grass, however you want to put it. This is what they know because I'm me wherever I go. But just as well as I will sit up here and I will fight for my people, I'm going to fight for righteousness. I'm going to fight for what's right. And yes, do I know reparations are due to my people? Yes, they do to my people. But I don't want my people to get our reparations and go right to Nike and spend it all. Shit, we don't own Nike. Now, if we get our reparations, that shit you talking about, my block and my hood, you can actually buy it now. This is the plan and this is the structure. I have never wavered from that. So if we're going to sit up here and we're going to get behind Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, or you're going to get behind Donald Trump and Mike Pence, make sure that you getting behind what's right for the people. That should be first. And whoever is aligned with what's right for the people is the person that we should vote for. I'm not going to sit up here and just give my vote to Joe Biden just because he ran with Barack. Shit. Some of y'all might not even want to deal with the truth about John Brennan and Barack Obama and how he even got elected. Go check out Torre Says on YouTube. T-O-R-E Says. I'm gonna give my sister a shout out. Go check out Torre Says, man. She worked inside of these. Y'all, let's see what I'm talking about. But she worked inside of these secret societies that I'm talking about. Contractors. We have to understand this stuff, y'all, that these people have no good interest in heart for you or I. None. Think about this, y'all. In my time sitting here resting, you know, maybe I watch too much TV at night, but I look at the commercials. Right? They got Xanax. They got all kind of damn pills at nighttime. If you up all night, this pill here do, well, damn. You know I'm up if you showing this commercial at 3 in the morning. Yeah, I'm up. So do I need that pill? You know what I'm saying? Like, what God? Oh, shit. Oh, hold me, Lord. But we sitting up here, and you can say everything to cure everything. You sleepy, tired, hungry. We can say all these pills all night long, right? Have no cure for athlete's foot. No pill they've ever advertised at night can cure athlete's foot. And that's just to get your feet from stop itching. That's it. But here we are now, and we're gonna let Bill Gates, right? The computer man, I'm going to say this, y'all. I'm going to say it over and over. The computer man. This brother cannot keep a virus off of my computer, but yet and still we going to instill trust in him to help keep a virus out of our bodies? Really? Come on, man. We got to get better with this, bro. We tripping, man. We tripping. So, I mean, bro, listen. Now, here we are. You know, it's so much stuff going on in this world, right? And, you know, I still say there's a higher power and there's a higher source that controls all of this stuff. That's beyond the secret societies that sit behind closed doors and try to manipulate the game, right? We have a responsibility as human beings to look out for one another on a natural sense. Now, think about this now. If you're not wearing your mask out in public now, that means you don't care about the next human being. These are commercial ads. I'm watching too much TV at night. Y'all got to bear with me. But they are advertising that if you don't have a mask on, that you don't care about your fellow human or your fellow American. Well, damn. Well, let me ask this question. Before coronavirus came, and we didn't have to put on the mask, why couldn't we have those same commercials and same values instilled in our brains before coronavirus even hit? Somebody help me with that. Now here we are again, right? I'm going to open the phone lines up in a minute, man, so people can call in. And I want to hear y'all views about this. You know, sound right logic and reasoning. You know, we're at a point now to where we as the living, breathing human, two-legged human beings of this world, we have to start taking control of our own destiny and stop putting our destiny in the control of one or two people or one or two groups of people, right? That's not how society was set up. Each individual, you're your own boss, right? So you shouldn't have to go and work on a job for 30 years and then you guys are still worried about putting a 401k, in which now y'all see our administration, because this still our administration, regardless if you like the brother or not, our administration is trying to cut our payroll tax. Do you know that affects Social Security and your 401k that you've been priding and jawing on all these years? I got a 401k. Well, hey, might not mean nothing. The country is in a recession, so that money that you've allocated in your 401k, they'll send you an IOU. Y'all better look back to the 1920s during the Great Depression and do your homework. History really does repeat itself. So, you know, I'm going to try to open these phone lines up, man. I see Aloha. I see Missy then came up in here. Yeah, oh, okay. Let me go and scroll up here. Tiara, what's good with your sister? Let me scroll up here. Hey, boy, we got some folks in here tonight. There it is. Yeah, Fatima, proud supporter already. Hey, that brings a smile to my face, man. You know, I feel good, you know, every time I can crank it up, you know, and then, you know, I have to keep in mind, you know, I know people look for major numbers and things of that nature, but I have to just keep my mind humble. And I remember, and I do know this, you know, and I do feel this from God, when there's one or two, or two or more gathered in his name, he shall be in the midst. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not good all the time to have a whole lot of riffraff around you when you trying to get something going. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all of these faithful people that's been going through the storm. You know, I guess you could say, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't here for the numbers. We here to try to teach and give knowledge to those to try to uplift the people. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, you have to think about it, and I'm so glad that I have the upbringing in which I have, and it is biblical, and it is of that sense, right? Because I had to look at those stories in that book and understand that even the most righteous men were not followed in great groves of people. It was always a few, right? But the masses tend to follow that of wickedness because it's easier. I had one of my friends today to actually tell me I don't want to be by myself. Well, I had to stop by and let my friend know that you're never alone, right? You're never alone. Even before you knew what the sperm and the zygote and the egg was all about, you understand me? You were never alone, even in that transformation of life. You were never alone. So even if you wasn't alone in the beginning, then you should know that you're not going to be alone in the ending. Okay? So understand this, for all of those out there and all of us who are so concerned about the different things we see on their television, because it's telling you a vision and from their perspective. You have to really talk, and use this social media as much as possible to communicate with your loved ones, communicate with all of those who you can, and let's try to, find out what's really going on in our communities. Because if you had to go check out Skull and Bones and John Hopkins, I don't want to explain all of that over again, but when you're looking at CNN and you see John Hopkins is the source for those numbers, you have to go back and look at the original source of John Hopkins and how it was created. So that's all in Skull and Bones. Y'all had to go check that out. So with that being said, I think that this number has been posted in the yeah, there it is. It's posted up in the live chat. So I do have the phone lines open, man. If y'all want to call in, man, I'm really trying to do a sound check, but I can't just deprive the people with my own selfishness trying to see if it sound right. You know what I mean? So I would appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know some people say they come in and they just, they really want to just hear me speak, and that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? I'm all with that, So we don't have a guideline or any type of membership or anything like that over here. You know what I'm saying? At 44, man, I want you to really come as you are. You know what I mean? And it's really like no judgment for me personally, and I love my chat, man, because it's like y'all are so in tune to what the topic is and what's going on, man. I love that, man. There ain't a whole lot of riffraff and nonsense and all that stuff carrying on, and people actually, focus, So with all of that focus, it really helps the situation. When we're trying to really push a message out there and actually getting people to try to join in on, the fun and the laughter and all the stuff that we have in here, So another thing I want y'all to know. In November, I've made a pledge with myself. And this is why I'm talking about this. And I had a talk with my father about this, right? And he told me, he said, son, if you don't go and vote, just shut up about it, right? I thought about it. All right, cool. And it made a lot of sense in what he said, right? So I need us not to worry about U.S. Postal Service and things of that nature, and the mind games that are starting to be played with U.S. Postal. I'm gonna tell y'all this for one reason only. Trust me, y'all. When you open up your mailbox, I'm gonna show y'all real quick that ain't nothing wrong with the U.S. Postal Service. Can I have a minute, y'all? I just need a minute. I just and I promise you I'm gonna go on. The U.S. Postal Service, right? They're saying that something is about to happen with the U.S. Postal Service, and our votes and your ballots and stuff won't get to wherever they need to be. Check this out, y'all. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Now, when the first of the month come, and it's time for your bills to come, see if U.S. Postal delays your bills. See if U.S. Postal so happen send your bill to the wrong spot. Oh, hey. Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. Now, I promise you, people, nothing is wrong with U.S. Postal Services. Okay? If something happens with U.S. Postal Service and it has to do with your ballot, this is, trust me, it ain't U.S. Postal Service's fault, right? Because U.S. Postal Services has been good for years, man, years. So I don't think they're going to get no slipping in they pimping right now. Come on, y'all. I bet you your cable bill going to be on time. Your light bill going to be on time. Your gas bill going to be on time. I promise your cell phone bill, this internet bill that we enjoying tonight, all that shit. I promise you, your bills are going to be on time, y'all. So don't let that hold you back from, I guess that's a voter suppression way, I guess they try to say. But y'all, I am, in the spirit of what my dad and I talked about. And, for one reason, I do have to pay homage in a real way, to a brother, like I said at the beginning, Brother John Lewis. He got his head bust to the white meat, So I will pay that respect this year, y'all. And I won't be afraid once I do cast my vote. I won't be afraid to tell y'all who I voted for and why. But in this process, I would love to have, the participation of the 44 million ENT family in me casting this vote, because as a spokesperson of 44 million ENT, and once the merchandise and stuff come out, it's like, if y'all gonna buy those t-shirts and those coffee mugs or whatever y'all gonna buy, man, I want to make sure that I'm the proper representation for the people that following me on this YouTube platform or Instagram or anywhere else. I want to make sure that I'm righteous for the people and not for my own selfish reasons that I do this in the first place. So I just want to stay in line with that, and I love constructive criticism, and I know, some people might not, like me starting to show off with music and stuff like that, but it's just me to get in my own little groove, my own little way. So I'm sitting up here, and I don't know if y'all shy or what the situation is, but y'all can feel free to chime on in. I'm so glad, to have I guess a group of people around me that really support me and really, keep me going, and, I like to give a shout out, to my two moderators, Miss Elvira Wayans and Missy. I appreciate, all the support, and the efforts in which y'all make in order to keep this chat going, and and the discussions that we have. I appreciate that. Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna sit up here, man, and I hope everything came out right. I hope the sound came out good. I will take any type of music request that y'all have. I could do that. Actually, I've been blessed. I've been blessed. Got a, little something new to play with here from a Stream Lab and everything. So, I can take live requests now. You know, so if you guys are in the mood and y'all want to hear a song or something like that, man, oh Ali, you know what's on my brain is on my brain. It's not gonna leave my brain just because somebody might call in or something like that. You know what I mean? It's on there, you know, and it'll only make me continue to be as sharp as I can be to deliver y'all the proper information in order to carry on. So, in closing today, you know, I'll leave it like this. You know, we always have to have stuff that sounds right with logic and reasoning, right? So, as we deal with our young people during this pandemic, let's try to take our guard down more as parents and actually listen to our young people because they are the future. They are the reason in which we do the things we do. You know what I mean? To make sure there's a smile on their face. So let's just try it during these times. I know it's hard on them trying to go to school at home and stuff. So as we all try to make this adjustment, right, of them being at home and going to school and stuff like that, make sure that we try to provide some type of environment for them to have a space of learning, you know. And as we as adults continue to see the outbreak in this country, let's try to be mindful of one another, be courteous of one another. If someone asks you, do you have a mask? There's no reason to pull out your Instagram and go live and, you know, all of that type of stuff like that. You know, there's no reason to go Shaniqua or Karen in those situations. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to blame Karen here. Shanika can act a fool too. Okay, so let's not go Shanika or Karen or Bobby or Leroy. All right, let's just try to be living, breathing, two-legged human beings and respect each other's space, right? So before I get out of here, man, like I say, a shout out to all of those new subscribers to 44 million ENT. Don't y'all forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey, don't y'all forget, I will, you know, I'm trying to download it now. I got a little new system here, so, you know, God been good to me, so I'm trying to download some stuff from baseball this summer. You know, I know my kids, they probably got all kind of stuff they can send to me, so once I get all of that stuff from them and have a talk with them, then we'll be able to do some more posts about that. A big shout out to Coach Houston. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Great summer. Coach Siebert, I appreciate you, man. Hey, all of my parents out there. Hey, all of my players, man. It wouldn't have, man, listen. It wouldn't, none of that what we did this summer would have happened without you guys. All right? So I really do appreciate y'all, man, for all the hard work we put in, all the triangles that we ran. And Lord, people might not understand it. But all the triangles that you ran, man, and all of the hard work that you put in this summer, hey, get you some rest your bodies, man, and let's get ready for the fall season. You know, I know y'all be listening, so I have to, you know, make sure that y'all know coach is mindful of y'all too. You know what I'm saying? While I'm sending shout outs. Hey, I love all of y'all, man. Y'all stay up, man, and be safe this summer. Hey, to the 44 million ENT family, hey, I love y'all, man. I appreciate the support. I appreciate all of the love, man. I mean, people been keeping up with me, man. I mean, I appreciate. Oh, let me tell y'all something before I get out here. Y'all, I had to face one of my fears. And, you know, I say this because I know my team, they shared this with me. And this was a special moment in my life. As y'all know, you know, a brother is not too, I guess you could say I'm not a fish. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't swim. And it's nothing that, you know, I'm ashamed of or anything. But it's just one of those fears. So, man, this past summer, actually our last tournament, right, we actually went on the boat. I know some of y'all might have seen the pictures on Instagram, but we went on a boat. We went out in the lake. Man, we had a wonderful time, you know. But I did something, you know, that I know people around me probably thought I was crazy. But I actually jumped in the lake, right? I had to get what once I do my interview with Coach Houston, I had to let y'all tell him the story. Let y'all tell him let him tell y'all the story. But I jumped in the lake. Make a long story short, I had on a life jacket, y'all. So it was like everybody telling me that I wasn't gonna drown, but you couldn't tell. You could tell a brother that can't swim. You know what I mean? So, one of my team moms and the dads, they had to come get a brother. You know what I mean? So, you know, as I face my fears, dealing with my boys and jumping in the lake, we have to do the same thing as human beings on a day-to-day basis. Because I'm telling y'all, man, once you face your fears, I feel better now about even learning how to swim, y'all. Like for real, for real. You know what I mean? If I wouldn't have did that and somebody would have pushed me in there, then I probably would still have that same eerie feeling, because that's why I never learned how to swim, because, I was off baseball again, and I was with some of my buddies. I think I was probably about like 10 years old. And man, we was at a state tournament, and my boys knew I couldn't swim, and they pushed me in the pool, but they had to come save me. You know what I'm saying? Because I really didn't know how to swim. So, this time around, being an adult, I think I was a little bit more ready for it. So as we face our fears, man, even going into November, not knowing which way this election is going to sway, anything like that, man, I just tell us all, man, if we could keep our hands in God's unchanging hands, because God been the same from the beginning until this very moment. And he's never wavered. He's never changed. He's never lost a battle. He's never lost an election. He's never lost anything in your life, okay? The only thing that gets lost from God is you losing yourself from him. He's never gone away from you. So you can always call that private number and call him up on his main line, and everything will be all right. Okay? Hey, so with that being said, hey, I appreciate you all. I love you all. And let me see, man. Okay, well, it's already on there now, but it is what it is. But I appreciate all the love, man. I appreciate all the support. Y'all just keep doing what y'all doing, man, and just remember, if it sounds right, make sure that it has logic and reasoning behind it before we just run with what everybody says. And another thing, before I get out, I do send my condolences out to the Trump family. No matter if you like this dude or not, how can we expect him to do better if we don't do better ourselves and send him the proper condolences, and we can argue with him about his policies at another time? You know what I mean? Like, show some respect. You know what I'm saying? We would want him to do the same, even though he don't, you know what I'm saying? He don't do it. You feel me? He does say some ignorant shit, but we have to lead by example, y'all. You know what I mean? So we want him to do better. We got to do better too, right? So don't do the same thing that he do, right? So let's be better. Hey, keep y'all head up, man. I've enjoyed this, man. I appreciate all of y'all coming through. I think I'm going to go on and leave this thing here with Lil Lauryn Hill, man, just like I started this thing, man, and we're gonna wrap this thing up here. So I appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. Hey, God has really been good. I don't know what this all about, but they tripping on something. Yeah, but it is what it is. Let me see. Yeah, so it's all good, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for chilling with your boy, man. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful experience, man. I appreciate all of the love. I appreciate all the...
What does better look like? Better is a president who will combat the pandemic, reopen schools safely, put us back to work, and strengthen healthcare coverage. Vote Biden. Let's build back better.